Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, this was kind of a shameful week in the news, and that's why Uncle Jay's news word for this week is integrity. A person with integrity tells the truth, admits their mistakes, and always does the right thing. It's kind of hard to find a person like that, except in the movies. It was really hard to find a person like that in the news. There's some pretty tough stuff going on right now in the NFL, NBA, MLB, DOJ, USAF, GOD, NASA, even JAVA. So it was good that at least one group of people with real integrity showed up last week, politicians. The Democratic candidates had a debate on YouTube because they really want young people like you and me to get the 411 on how hip they are and see who's frontin' and who's for rizzling, who can go hard with a man and who's whack, dog. The candidates tried to copy the same moves as other popular YouTube videos. I guess it was a good idea because instead of trying to make their old ideas click in a box, they tried to relate to the younger voters. We'll see how the Republicans do when their turn comes. Well, someone else trying to restore their integrity is a whole country, China. You know, they had so many scandals with bad products and piracy and counterfeiting. They've decided to face up to it the good old American way by hiring a public relations firm. So very soon we might see China restore its by doing something we here call rebranding, starting out as a whole new country that doesn't just copy an old successful formula. We'll see how that turns out. Oh, by the way, boys and girls, Uncle Jay doesn't really understand the stock market, but I think after last week I do get the part about past results are no indication of future performance. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Shelley in Rochester, New York. Hi, Shelley. Shelley writes, Dear Uncle Jay, I'm sad that the Weekly World News won't be at the checkout line anymore. My mom would never buy it for me. She said they just did stupid stories that give real journalism a bad name. Is that true? Thanks, Shelley. Well, your mom has a point. Regular papers do tend to cover a news story a certain way, but the Weekly World News usually took their own approach. I wouldn't worry, though, Shelley, because if you look at the mainstream outlets and the stories they've been covering just the last couple of days, it looks like they're already picking up the slack for the Weekly World News. And the way the business has been going, they just might have to adapt a lot sooner than they think. Well, boys and girls, send your news questions to Uncle Jay at UncleJayExplains.com. I'll see you next Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a good kid is good news.